Hello guys, so today we're going to be reviewing Daredevil Born Again, episode 4. So in this episode we get to get reintroduced to Daredevil. I'm guessing there's some new bad guy who was possibly actually responsible for White Tiger's death. And we get to see one of his family members go to his morgue, because, you know, to see what he looks like, which she shouldn't really be seeing that, yeah. But, you know, Daredevil's there to, you know, comfort her. Well, Matt Murdock, because when are we actually gonna get to see Daredevil? But yeah, she's really pissed and just hopes someday the guy will pay for what they did, like whoever actually did this, and that's what Daredevil basically says to her anyway. But yeah, and then there's the cue the intro. Like this whole episode, I'm just like, where the hell is Punisher? But yeah, because man, it's been like 5, 6, 7 years since we last seen the Punisher. I literally started watching season 1 again of the Punisher, because that show was goated when I watched it back in the day. Oh my god, it's even better now. If it focuses on like how people are after they've come back from the army, and we all know what happened to the Punisher after he came back from the army, but he also focused on other characters that, you know, he probably like served with. But I could talk about that show in another video on my review channel and stuff, but yeah, on YouTube. But yeah, continue talking about this. I guess Apollo's son ends up messing up. He literally leaks something that ends up getting Kingpin in trouble, making him look bad. So you'll see where that goes as he gets too drunk. Yeah. And then they're still in therapy. Seems like they make a bit of progress, but they kind of lean on more on what he actually did to Adam, because it seems like he probably killed him. But let's just say it's a lot worse than just kill him. Well, he doesn't kill him, but you'll see what he basically did to him. Yeah. Yeah. But they kind of open up a bit more of their relationship and how they felt and why she ended up with Adam and stuff. Yeah. And just they kind of give away a bit too much on what he possibly did, but well, it ended up being a lot more darker than I thought. But yeah, you'll see by the end anyway what he did to Adam. Because, you know, we've seen flipping Kingpin do worse for less, like literally bash a guy's head in when he just met Vanessa, like their first date, and he feels like his day got messed up because of him. So he just destroyed his face, and then that started like a whole war and stuff back in season 1 of Daredevil and all that. Yeah, the original show. But yeah, with this guy, you'll see what they did to him. Jesus. And I'd rather be dead than his fate, which you'll see. But yeah. And then you just got Daredevil's girlfriend. It's just weird how she's the one who's talking with Wilson Fisk and Vanessa. It's just a bit weird. So I'm thinking, are they going to end up doing something with that? Because if Matt Murdock goes back into Vigilante and then Wilson Fisk finds out, you know, they're connected, which he obviously will because he's the mayor. He'll have eyes everywhere, especially if he knows Daredevil's back. She's obviously going to get in danger, like hurt or something. So yeah, we'll see where that goes, since she had to be the flipping therapist. Yeah, it's just obvious it's going to go in that direction. Either that's the thing that triggers him to be fully Daredevil again, like if she gets hurt, or she's gonna end up in danger once he starts to be a proper vigilante again. Yeah. And then you got this guy who Daredevil's defending. He's just taking a mick out of him being blind, and we can't really help him. But then it gets a bit deeper with what he's been going through, because at the end of the day, he made tons of mistakes, but he was trying to be better. But now he's been possibly framed. We don't know if he's truly guilty, even though there's footage. But yeah, I guess Daredevil just feels bad for him. This part of the story just feels like a waste of time, to be honest. But stuff like this does happen. But yeah, for what I was wanting to see, I didn't want to see this. It literally could have cut this part out of the episode. It would have made it shorter too. But yeah, and you just got him just talking with people, whatever. Okay, and then he sees that cop again. And I guess he's not. He wasn't really responsible for what happened to White Tiger, even though he tried to kill like the witness before. But yeah. Because Daredevil can tell when people are lying, so yeah, who's telling the truth. And yeah, them just trying to sell business stuff. Basically saying what he needs to do to win over people. Because people just feel like not enough's being done. And you just got them talking. And then, oh man, probably the funniest part of the episode, where Wilson Fisk is forced to listen to kids sinning. And then he has to hear the same song again, but in a different language, and he's just like, and then he finds out that when flipping Tony Soprano's song literally leaked out information, and he gets so mad later on, yeah. Which you find out, yeah. Yeah, and then he basically tells him that he screwed up. He deserves to be going out, but he'll still support him because he fully looks up to him and stuff. He wants to be him someday. So I guess Wilson Fisk gives him a chance because he knows people screw up, but he can try to help him become better. He's trying to be a better Wilson Fisk, but some of his darkness will always still be there, even if he's not as bad as before. Like going around killing people and stuff, yeah. Because I'm guessing that kind of Wilson Fisk is gone, but he's still willing to do equally bad things, just not killing, just, you'll see. Because you'll see when I get to that scene, yeah. Because obviously the best scene in the episode is when Punisher finally comes, because I literally had to wait most of the episode for him to finally show up, even though he's in the flipping thumbnail. And it's cool that sometimes they kind of let you see like the point of view of what people think about Wilson Fisk, the vigilantes and stuff. Yeah, that's a cool little thing they added. I mean, they already had like characters that would kind of interact with our main characters in the original show, but just seeing just people's opinion on things is cool. Yeah, it's like something that Sam Raimi used to do with the first Spider-Man film. I just seen what people thought of Spider-Man and stuff, and the ones who just obviously criminals and don't like him. Yeah, it gives me that kind of vibe. That's what I love about the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films. It just felt real, and this, again feels real. Yeah. They're a bit too real where it's just taking long to get to the point, and Daredevil's just investigating. He finds a bullet with the Punisher symbol, so he thinks Punisher had something to do with it. Then he tracks him down, and then we get already the best scene in the whole show, because flipping we get to see Punisher again, and he's basically the one to fully open up, Daredevil's demons, the thing that's stopping him from being Daredevil again, just not wanting to think about Foggy at all. It's what made Karen go away, because we haven't seen Karen for ages. She probably even has more respect for flipping Punisher than Daredevil right now, because he's just like fully bottled up. He doesn't want to think about Foggy at all, his best friend. And it's Punisher, because he's so real. He's the most realist character back in the Marvel Netflix shows. He's not going to be able to not talk about certain things and how it affects him, and it starts crying and everything. Yeah. Such a awesome scene, Oscar-worthy scene. The best scene in the whole show so far. Just having them talk. It's always awesome, and hearing him say red again, just like back in season 2. Because man, was that the last time we actually got to see him, like see them working together? Because then there was the Defenders, like he worked with Defenders, like Daredevil, and then Punisher went to do his own thing in his 2-season show. Yeah. So this is really the first time we've seen them together in a long time. Yeah, back in 2017. I just don't know if they saw each other after that, but I think it was back in 2017, the last time they saw each other, because I just can't remember if there's any scene where maybe Daredevil crossed over and had a scene, even if it was just a little scene in like, his show, but I don't think so. So really, this is the first scene I've had with each other for so long. And then just the way how this is the first person to actually make Daredevil kind of wake back up, and because it seems like he's going to start being Daredevil again with what we see at the end of the episode with all of his helmets and stuff, starting to practice, with his stick and stuff. So yeah, it's just an incredible scene, well acted by John Bernthal. Like, man, he will always be one of my favorite actors. He's the GOAT forever. Love him in The Walking Dead. Even better in The Punisher, and just seeing him at his best again is just awesome. Hearing him talk about his son and saying, like, his son to, like, in his head, like, kill them, daddy. Yeah, like, that's what he hears all the time, and that's why he goes around killing people, because that's basically what he hears in his head. Like, his family saying to kill them all. Yeah. And then, basically, he's saying that, when it's because Matt Murdock, through like this whole time, doesn't want to think about Foggy, but then flipping Frank Castle comes and he says, like, say his name. Like, he went to a guy like this and he thought he wasn't gonna open up things again. Yeah, you should have expected this. Yeah, and he's like, Matt Murdock just starts to break down to the point where he literally punches him, because he just says, like, that's the most weirdest thing I've ever seen you do and stuff. Yeah, it's just an awesome scene, man. But he decides to leave because, he doesn't feel like he's getting information out of Frank, and he doesn't have full proof that he was responsible. Especially when he says like it's probably just some copycat. Yeah. Which it is, like this strange killer, which I'll talk about at the end if I get a good shot. Yeah. What he's going around doing. Yeah. But yeah, that was the best scene of the whole episode. Just well acted. Definitely the best acting I've seen so far this year. Yeah. Seen the tears, man. Then you just got them talking, trying to work out their marriage and what they're going to do moving forward, because they're both kind of different people now. Vanessa's changed into more of a criminal. Wilson Fisk is trying to be a good guy, but he still has some darkness inside of him. But with some of the things that Wilson Fisk has gone through so far with his employees, old Wilson Fisk would have did something really bad to him, and not even just fire him, like something really bad if he was still a criminal. But he's trying to be legit, but he's still doing some bad things, which I'm just waiting to get to those scenes, lol. Yeah, like he still threatens people and stuff and other things. But yeah, you just seeing Matt happy. Yeah, he's at least got her for now until something happens. Either I don't think she'll die. I'd be shocked if they're going that direction, like just kill her off just like that. I feel like she would get hurt or something, or maybe Matt just pushes her away. I don't think she'll die though, but you just don't know with this show if they can kill Foggy and White Tiger so fast. Like, man, I'm still feeling like, man, they killed those characters so fast. They could have had them for at least a lot of episodes before they killed them, but nope, they're gone. Yeah. So yeah, he at least has her for now, but he just feels like he needs to step up again. Frank Castle kind of woken up something inside of him that was been sleeping for so long, and it's just making him want to possibly unleash it again. Then you've got the Wilson Fisk scene. You finally get to find out what happened to Adam. Basically, he has dinner in front of Adam because he has Adam locked up, and he just looks like he's living really badly. He probably barely even gets fed and stuff. Like it's just stuck in there. Like Jesus Christ. Very how he treats him. Yeah. Truly, I'd rather be dead, because just look at him, man. Even flipping prisoners in prison are able to get a wash, but this guy, he seems like he doesn't get anything. He's just treated like a flipping animal, but worse than an animal, worse than a pet. Yeah. So yeah, like, man, just shoot me in the head, man. Jesus. Yeah. If I was in that situation. And then you find out this new killer, who I don't know if he was the one who was responsible for pretending to be Punisher and stuff. I don't know why he'd want to frame him though. Yeah. Unless he has some kind of connection with the Punisher, but I'm not sure. And I don't even know much about this villain. But you can always watch variant comments and stuff to find out stuff, which I'll see if I will. Or if I just want his character to be a surprise. But yeah. Yeah, this is the guy. This is what they end the episode on anyway. He seems like he's obsessed with blood. He goes after homeless people and possibly civilians and just takes their blood and stuff. Who knows what the hell he's doing with them. But yeah, I guess we'll find out. But yeah. That's really it though. It was a good episode. I enjoyed it. I can't give it a 10 out of 10 because how long they took to show Punisher. Kind of wish I got more Punisher. But it's still a great episode nonetheless. Great character moments. Oscar-worthy moments like with Punisher and Daredevil. Awesome. Yeah, even the stuff with Wilson Fisk with his marriage and his employees was fun. Yeah, and that first scene with White Tiger's family member, who probably is going to take the mantle, like if she gets a show or movie or something. Yeah, but yeah. I don't know if they'll keep the same actor or they'll just get Jenna Ortega or something. Like we'll see, because that's what a lot of people keep saying. But yeah, I guess we'll see. But yeah, unless it's already been confirmed, I have no idea. I haven't really checked. But yeah. That's all I got to say. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you enjoyed the review. You can leave a like, subscribe, or follow since I upload this on TikTok now. But yeah, peace.